Have you ever eaten a dish without salt? That bland, empty taste lingers, dull and forgettable, long after you've enjoyed 100 other flavorful meals. Salt may seem like a humble seasoning, just another shaker on the dining table, but in truth, it's a strategic resource that has shaped civilizations, powered economies, and influenced history for thousands of years. Across every era, it has been the silent force behind a global food economy worth hundreds of billions of dollars. But here's the real question: how do we harvest over 100 million tons of sea salt every single year and transform it into one of the most essential ingredients in modern life? Our journey begins on vast, blinding white salt flats that stretch endlessly toward the horizon, where nature and technology move in perfect harmony. From age-old salt pans to cutting-edge refining plants, every grain of salt undertakes a remarkable transformation. Whether it ends up on your dinner table, in life-saving medicine, in industrial machinery, or even in batteries powering modern devices, the story of salt is one of endurance, precision, and incredible human ingenuity. China leads the world in salt production, harvesting up to 70 million tons annually from coastal fields that span thousands of hectares. The United States ranks second, yet takes the lead in advanced extraction technologies and automation systems. Historically, salt was currency, a weapon, and a lifeline. Today, it remains a billion-dollar industry spanning continents. Nearly 60% of the world's salt comes from the sea, formed through a natural process, seawater evaporating under the sun, until sodium chloride crystallizes into sparkling white layers. An adult needs just 4-5 grams of salt daily to maintain essential bodily functions. But in excess, it becomes a silent killer, contributing to high blood pressure, heart disease, and kidney failure. That's why understanding how it's produced is not only fascinating, it's vital. Salt harvesting season begins in December, when dry weather, sunny skies, and low rainfall create perfect crystallization conditions. Farmers prepare by restoring salt field systems, dredging ponds, reinforcing dikes, and paving surfaces with dark cement or compacted clay to prevent seepage and speed evaporation. A standard salt farm consists of 3 main zones: a settling pond to purify seawater, a concentration pond to boost salinity, and crystallization beds, where pure white crystals form under the coastal sun. Timing is everything. Seawater is drawn in during high tide, maximizing salinity. After sediment and impurities settle for 1-3 days, farmers test the brine's salinity. Once optimal, it's transferred to evaporation ponds, where sunlight and wind work together to raise salinity levels from 3-5% to around 25%. At this point, the brine enters crystallization beds, just a few centimeters deep, allowing salt crystals to form evenly within days. In smaller traditional farms, harvesting is done entirely by hand, using bamboo rakes, shovels, and carts. In large-scale operations, powerful self-propelled harvesters scrape, collect, and store tons of salt in a single run, cutting labor and boosting efficiency. Once collected, salt heads to processing facilities. At raw salt plants, it's inspected, crushed, and bagged for industrial uses like water treatment, chemical production, and dicing. At refined plants, the process is far more complex. Salt is washed, dissolved into brine, filtered to remove minerals and impurities, then recrystallized in vacuum chambers to form uniform granules. After drying and cooling, it's ground to the desired size, fine powdered or coarse, before being packaged and sent to markets worldwide. Even wastewater from refining is treated and reused, reflecting modern sustainability practices. And beyond everyday table salt, rare varieties like Korean bamboo salt command extraordinary prices. Roasted up to 9 times in bamboo tubes, sealed with volcanic clay, this unique salt transforms chemically, gaining minerals, a mellow taste, and reputed medicinal properties. Producing just 1 kilogram can require over 10 kilograms of raw salt and weeks of labor, making it one of the most expensive salts on Earth. From the glistening white flats under a relentless sun to high-tech refineries and ancient medicinal traditions, every grain of salt carries the weight of history, science, and human resilience. It's more than seasoning, it's civilization's white gold. Under the blazing sun of warm, fertile regions like Louisiana, Florida, and Texas, sugarcane thrives. Each spring, farmers prepare for a season of precision and patience. Planting begins with carefully chosen cane stalks, cut into 12 to 18-inch segments, each holding 3 to 4 healthy buds. These aren't just random selections. Scientists spend months in laboratories conducting DNA tests and chemical analyses to identify the strongest, sweetest varieties. Only the best make it to the fields. After each season, the land is far from ready for the next crop. The soil is tired, compact, and drained of nutrients. Massive tractors and specialized plowing machines dig deep, loosening the earth to allow air and water to flow freely. Parallel furrows are cut with mechanical precision, ready to cradle the next generation of cane. Automatic planters glide along these furrows, placing each cane set exactly 1 to 1.5 meters deep. They are gently covered with soil, sealing in precious moisture for germination. From here, the real work begins: watering, feeding, and protecting the young plants. Drip irrigation systems, a marvel of modern farming, deliver water drop by drop directly to the roots, conserving water while ensuring every stalk gets its share. Sprinklers, on the other hand, mimic natural rainfall, covering wide swaths of land with a cooling mist. Fertilization is equally high-tech. Machines spray nutrient-rich solutions in a fine mist, allowing the cane to absorb nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium through both leaves and roots. Weeds, a constant enemy, are sliced away by modern weeders that work close to the ground without harming the cane. A year later, the cane is ready for harvest. In the past, fields were set ablaze to remove dry leaves, but now towering harvesters take over. With surgical precision, they cut stalks at ground level, strip away unwanted leaves, and load clean, sugar-rich cane onto trucks headed for the factory. At the sugar mill, time is critical. Cane loses sweetness quickly, so processing begins immediately. Stalks are washed, crushed, and pressed by heavy rollers to extract the juice. The leftover fibrous bagasse is far from waste. It fuels the factory, becomes biodegradable plates and utensils, or is turned into livestock feed. The juice undergoes clarification with lime, removing impurities before being boiled in giant evaporators. As water vapor rises, the liquid thickens, turning pale yellow. Seed crystals are added, triggering hours of slow crystallization. Centrifuges then spin out molasses, leaving damp sugar crystals that are dried, sorted, and packed. For pure white sugar, a decolorization process filters and refines the crystals to perfection. But agriculture's story doesn't end with sugarcane. In the golden fields of autumn, combine harvesters sweep through soybean fields, separating beans from pods at lightning speed. These soybeans embark on multiple journeys into tofu factories where they are soaked, ground, boiled, and coagulated into soft or firm blocks, into soy milk plants where they are blended with flavors and bottled, and into oil presses where they yield golden soybean oil while the leftover meal nourishes livestock. In the lush green fields, broccoli and cauliflower grow under the care of irrigation systems, drones spraying nutrients like artists on a living canvas. Harvesting blends human skill with mechanical precision. Farmers cut heads by hand onto moving conveyor belts, or machines grip and lift them directly onto trucks. Post-harvest, the vegetables are quickly cooled with ice or water to lock in freshness before being sorted, trimmed, packaged, and shipped. From cane fields to vegetable farms, from soy silos to tofu molds, this is modern agriculture,